How did it come that you left Manchester City?
We were, at the time, we were top of the league, 6 points clear with about 8-9 games to play. And Malcolm wanted Rodney Marsh. He made, I think, to be fair to Malcolm, he made 2 blunders in his football career, if you want.
Which were?
One was signing Rodney, who was a fantastic player, brilliant ball player. You know, he was magic on the ball, but it wasn't the sort of thing, he wasn't in the City mould, if you want. We had players who used to make great runs. Belly, Mike, Franny, even myself used to make runs. And I believe when Rodney got the ball, these players were making the runs, but he wasn't passing the ball. He used to keep the ball for 5 or 10 minutes.
Right. And
it actually cost us the championship that year. Plus the fact, I'll say, I was promised a testimonial game when I was at City by Malcolm. If I went to Preston, he would arrange a testimonial game. And I thought it was well deserved. I was there for 11 years. You've mentioned some of the games. And I went to Preston. Alan Ball Senior was manager. So I thought, fair enough, at the end of the season or beginning of the next season, I'll get the testimonial game. In the meantime, something happened at the club. Malcolm was sacked a year later. Alan Ball got the sack. So bang, went the testimonial game, you know, which in the law or in the rules of the book of rules at the club, it states at the club's own discretion. And I thought, well, I did everything. I was signed when I was 17. I signed for £25 and they sold me for 60,000. Yeah. So they made a good profit and they got those 11 years out of me. Yeah. And no game, which I thought was, you know. So I went to Preston and then Bobby Charlton was manager. And I went into the office and I just said to Bobby, you know, Bob, can you arrange my testimonial game at City? And he just turned around and said, well, we shouldn't be in this game for money.
Really?
I couldn't believe it. We were second in the first divisions then, or the second division it would be, you know, today. Yeah. Leading goal scorer, and I never kicked another ball. And
so City wouldn't, you know, even after that, City wouldn't listen to a testimonial for Neil Young?
No.
No. No. And did that sort of ruin a relationship that you had built up over the years with,
I mean,
with the club?
I was there for 11 years, and in probably football terms, that's a lifetime to anyone in a normal job is 25 years.
Sure.
11 years in football is a lifetime at the club.
Sure.
And in a way, I expected after I started the 11th season, oh, I'll get my testimonial game, I should do, you know, and it just went flat. After that, I was probably 16 years before I set foot in City again.
Really? Mm. I ask this of my guests every time. Is there one moment in your career that stands out more than any other?
Oh dear. Cup winners' games, Cup winners' cup final.
One moment.
One moment.
When the ball hit the back of the net at Wembley, perhaps?
Probably the cup final goal. That's a player's dream. Every player wants to play there. 100,000 people. You're playing for your town. And I'm playing for my town where I was born. That made it even better. I think that was probably the best moment.
And score the goal.
Yeah.
Terrific, Neil. Enjoyed talking to you again.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Thanks, Ben.